Okay, Grounded. This is going to be the first in a short series of the 4 games that got transported out of the Xbox ecosystem, exclusivity ecosystem, or whatever, can't speak, but that's fine, you understand. And I'm starting with my favorite game, Grounded. You get caught in lasers and shrunk to ant size. The game will end by firing the same lasers. Don't worry, that's not really a spoiler. That's just kind of the point of the whole game. And yeah, definitely my favorite of the 4 that have been ported to PS3, I think Switch, and everything else. So I guess that is everything else. Anything else is computer, and most of these have already been available for it. The graphics in this game are definitely really good. Cartoonish, but good. You have to travel the world day and night. It's 24-hour cycles. Let me just see here how long it takes. About 48 minutes to pass the 24-hour cycle. Things are obviously more difficult to do at night. And so you do find this little place, and this is where you do a lot of your building, crafting, analyzing, and all kinds of stuff to do in here. So this will be one of the main focal points, at least of the couple hours I've played in this game. Ooh. And yes, you have to go up, upgrade things, and basically a mini RPG as well, as a lot of the games are that I enjoy the most. I do like having options to do stuff and build stuff and get better at everything. This is part I actually had almost more fun than the quest itself. I decided to play the build your own little village, and I built a couple different buildings here. You can see it's little bit difficult to place things, but there's so many different options to use to build it all. I'm actually not 100% sure what the end game is this, but I guess the love of playing with Lego, my childhood, got me to like this. This is the second house I had built. Just as a quick spoiler, and do not pay attention if you want, there was one thing that is an optional secret boss, and here's the spoiler. It's found below Castle Morduct in the mysterious lab, so you may want to check that one out. Back to this is, yeah, I managed to put everything that I thought I would need into this building scientific-wise to build a miniature version of that tent you saw. I don't know, I was very happy with it. This probably shouldn't have been my favorite part of the game, but I really enjoyed building it. So I'm going to have to go with very high on my recommendations. Hi-Fi Rush. The second game I'm going to look at that's been ported to the PlayStation that everyone seemed to make a big deal for. This game I did enjoy a little bit. The graphics are very comic booky. Some of me appreciates that. Some of that thinks it's pretty cheese. But it kind of works for this kind of game. It's a rhythm-based Guitar Heroes boss fighting kind of game with adventure and a lot of music in between. As you can see, there's a lot of, I think there's many hi-fi original songs in there. I don't know, because I only played for a couple hours of this game as well, and nice, enjoyable, yes, not my exact cup of tea, but we're going to go through it anyways. This specific one surprised people. It was one of the best-selling games at the time, especially for an indie type game, and then Xbox went and shut down the studios, which is just, for me, kind of weird in general. They actually have been reopened again. It was always owned by Batista, but their studios was shut down, and then it was revived under the ownership of Crafton. And the battle scenes are really what it's about. The story is fun and interesting, but it's really about the battle scenes, and the battle scenes are, well, as you can see, quite interesting, because that's what your whole thing's going to be based on right there. And this is obviously the very beginning of the game, so even I was a little confused on what to do next. I don't know why I paused so long. Sorry about that one. What the hell's wrong with me? That was a bad cut, my fault. And yeah, as you're going to see, it is definitely like Guitar Hero style fighting. And then they'll change the buttons, change the part where it goes on, as the typical stuff does. The creatures are quite... Oh, there we go. Okay, I did show it. I was wondering why I wouldn't show that. Yeah, pretend that didn't happen. In fact, I have to admit, that was pretty pitiful of me. Okay. Good. If I couldn't get that, there's just no point even going on with the game, because it does get a lot harder and changes the buttons and the timing and all that. But the regular battles are not like that. They at least give you this, and they do. Those are just for the boss battles. You're going to see that. So the regular battles is just this kind of thing where you can do the basic combos, and I assume as you go up, there is ways to upgrade and get better. So this is what you got to do to defeat the evil corporation, and I imagine the rest of the game, there's cool things to go and jump and fly, or not fly, but to explore the levels, but it is mostly linear, and that's okay. I said, not my cup of tea, but for those of you who did find those graphics good and that guitar style thing, I'd say high recommendation. Pentiment, the third one in this series of games ported to PS3 and Switch. See, I do understand why Xbox users get mad, because without the exclusives, it's less incentive to buy the Xbox. But Xbox was faltering, so they had to try and do other things to make money, and porting games they own to other systems is doing it. And in situations like this, and this got good reviews, received well. The graphics drive me nuts. I don't know. It's so slow. It's so boring. I guess for some people, they love that kind of stuff. You investigate murders of prominent figures in fictional 16th century Alpine town. I'm reading this, obviously. It's the story carries over a 25-year period. There are multiple endings, so I guess if you have the time and patience and like this kind of graphics, then it might be worth it to go talk to people, investigate. There's different, obviously, ways to choose things, and I guess you build your levels up in different stuff. I honestly couldn't play this as enough to give you real full answers. So I tried doing my little recap. I think I made it an hour into this game and just went, yeah, right. So this is all very much at the beginning. There is different activities. I almost forgot about that. Like, yeah, to talk to the blacksmith, and he's going to make you do stuff. I assume use the smithy. Oh, yeah, I can't even stand the noise on this game. Yeah, I don't know what to tell people. I'm pretty sure you see where I'm going with this, but at least there is different stuff to do. Why on earth I would be doing this, but I do not know, but I guess at least it makes a different thing. And I assume throughout the game you're going to get a ton of these tasks that do different stuff like this. Just from playing enough video games, I can foresee that. And if I'm wrong, woo. God, is this boring. I can't believe that I put... Oh yeah, I think I did put this much in just to show how boring this game could be. Even though most of it is going around talking people, and apparently it's an investigative mystery, so... So let's see. Going to the PS... Yeah, they can have it. I couldn't care less. In fact, take it off the Xbox. As you can tell, this is going down as a... can't recommend this to anyone unless... Well, that's why I do this. If you found that appealing, then good for you. And Sea of Thieves, the final ported game to PlayStation and Switch. Now here's a game that I've actually tried numerous times since it came out on Game Pass. Always started, and although I expect so much more for it, but I was actually always into games like Port Royale, where you go into most of it's just about sailing from place to place and trading stuff and making money that way, which this game does have options, and of course battling pirates and stuff. So I was really excited about this game. So I said the graphics are cool, the gameplay isn't too bad and too hard. I've always played for a couple hours and struggled to actually get into it or to meet people that made this game more fun. Or maybe I could have tried a bit harder, because like I said, if you look at the game, and it's pretty freaking cool with all the different stuff they can do. I like one of the things that they have that most of the upgrades or the things you can buy are all cosmetic, so it does keep most people at a level playing field, which is one of the big goals of Sea of Thieves. It is open world, but that's an ocean, so you got to be careful of that, and it relies a lot on teamwork. You can upgrade your ships, however, and there's ways to do that naturally, where I guess that's where it does differ from team to team. You can see by this that, well, I just wanted to go up and check out the stern from there and ring a bell for apparently no reason at all. And here we go. You can change your flags to whatever you want. Why wouldn't you put a Jolly Roger flag? It's a pirate game. Oh, did I just go with black flag? That sure wasn't too bad. Okay, so yeah, a lot of it's going to be this, sailing the ocean blue. And they always made the water look cool, and even with the upgrades, I think they did improve some of the graphics. As I said, I do play it periodically from time to time. Just to get into a really good quest I was actually struggling with. So I think those of you with patience and get to learn the game a little bit more, mechanics, like I said, aren't that hard to follow. Graphics look good, so it's almost worth it. It's just the time needed to put in to get to that point where it's an enjoyable game. It's got everything that should make a game great, and yet after I think 3 times I tried and played a couple hours each of the 3 times over the course of years, and each time I kind of shrugged and went, ooh, that can't be healthy. Yeah, okay, and well, maybe that's why I give up on games too. So, well, I got a gun, that helps, and there is a first-person view, which I always prefer to the other ones, but I'm going to have to say I'm a little hesitant. I keep trying, not really for me, and yeah.